We have left Korea right now. We're heading to Japan. Konnichiwa, guys. We're at the JR Hakata station now, trying to get our rail pass.
But the queue is huge.
So, finally made it to our platform. We got our JR rail pass, but guys, it was very close. Actually, I have to say, the waiting line down there to get your pass was 1 hour. At 9 in the evening, so many people, and it takes them to process maybe one person at least 15 minutes. So you can imagine, in the last train leaving to Hiroshima was at 21:52, which is about now. So we barely made it by the skin of the teeth. So guys, take in mind that you will have to properly wait, might get tight. So try to pick up your pass maybe one day before you actually have to use it.
After we arrived by ferry from Busan to Fukuoka, we had 10 days to explore the country. We have bought a JR pass for 7 days in advance, and we picked it up in Fukuoka station, and we headed towards our first stop in Hiroshima.
One of the main attractions around Hiroshima is Miyajima Island, also known as Itsukushima because of the floating shrine and the famous Torii Gate, which at high tide seems to float on the water. Being 30 minutes away from Hiroshima, this is a perfect destination for a daytime visit, as this island is set as one of the top 3 things to see in Japan.
Miyajima local craft beer and raw oysters.
With a nice shrine on the plate. Some oysters with rice and egg.
And some fried oysters, as well as raw oysters and Miyajima beer.
Unfortunately, Hiroshima has a very sad history. In 1945, it experienced an atomic bomb explosion, which wiped out the city and killed more than 100,000 residents. Now, in the center of Hiroshima, you can find a Peace Memorial Park. The A-bomb dome, also known as the Hiroshima Peace Memorial, is what remains of the former Prefectural Industrial Promotional Hall. The building served as a location to promote Hiroshima's industries. When the bomb dropped, it was one of the few buildings to remain standing, as it remains so today. The Flame of Peace was designed both to console the souls of thousands who died and to express the hopes for the abolition of nuclear weapons and the lasting world peace. It has been burning since 1964 and will continue to burn until there are no nuclear weapons left on Earth. Interesting fact, in Hiroshima, the tram network is the longest in Japan. It was destroyed by the atomic bombing However, after just 3 days, it was back on its rails again. While in Hiroshima, you cannot miss out on trying the local specialty, okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki is a pan-fried cabbage and batter with variety of toppings. Its popularity first began to soar in the atomic bomb aftermath, when the food was scarce and people had to feed their families with whatever they had at hand. Nowadays, it became a mainstream dish in Japan, which is especially popular in Osaka and Hiroshima. Fushimi Inari Taisha is one of the most important Shinto shrines in Japan. It was established in 711, making it one of the oldest shrines in Kyoto. The path, consisting of vibrant orange torii gates leading to Mount Inari, feels unendless, but it makes for an impressive setting and is one of the most famous images of Japan. It was dedicated to Fushimi Inari Taisha, the god of rice, sake and prosperity, and patron of business merchants. It takes about 2 hours to walk along the whole trail. Film fanatics might recognize this location because parts of the movie Memoirs of Geisha were shot here.
We planned our trip to Japan based on Hanami. It is a special calendar for cherry blossom viewing. The season usually is between March 25th to April 5th. And of course, the season is very busy, full of people, but it's definitely worth it. That is how traffic is regulated in Kyoto.
Yeah, very careful.
Even if it is raining today, Kyoto is still stunning.
Arashiyama bamboo grove is both locally and worldwide famous. The strolling experience among the tall bamboo shoots has been declared as serene and dreamlike. The sound of rustling bamboo within the forest has been named one of the 100 soundscapes of Japan by Japanese Ministry of Environment. Our tip: try to come as early as possible to the forest to avoid large crowds. So we're now in Okochi Sanso Gardens, nearby the bamboo grove. So this is how you drink matcha tea in Japan. You take this lucky gun, you put it in your mouth, then you do like this, and you drink it. Interesting.
Now we are in a place Kameyamaya near Arashiyama bamboo forest, and we are having our breakfast or early lunch. So I'm having my soba noodles with tempura shrimp,
Which are buckwheat noodles.
buckwheat noodles, and Kemal is having udon.
Udon with chicken. So, do the honors, as usual.
The broth tastes really good. Up and up, meet my kids. Now I'm gonna feed those buddies. So I'm gonna buy some dried banana for them. You have to buy it from here, from the store, because it's like certain food that
Time for some beef barbecue. Finally, we found a place to eat in Kotocho. Gonna prepare this platter for the grill and wait for the meat to come.
Thank you. Kinkakuji Temple is also known as the Temple of a Golden Pavilion. It was originally built in 14th century as a retirement villa and later converted to a temple. It was burned down in 1950 and then restored in 1955. Before green tea ceremony, we will try green tea ice cream. It tastes like matcha actually.
Matcha, okay.
Yeah, very similar, just in a shape of ice cream.
So now it's time for a green tea ceremony in Kyoto. It's pretty nice and cozy and warm in here.
During the tea ceremony, we learned that for matcha tea, only young tea leaves are used, which are fresh, clean, give color and smell. Matcha tea contains vitamin C, caffeine, polyphenols, and other elements needed to keep calm. We also learned about tea history. Tea originally came from China, and monks used it as a medicine first, and samurais were drinking tea before war to strengthen their concentration. The tea ceremonies became popular in 16th century in Japan. At the beginning, it was only for men. Both host and guests were only men. But 150 years ago, it changed. Now, the tea ceremonies are available for anyone. Harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility are all essential parts of a customary tea ceremony performed today in Japan. And as Japanese say, every day is a good day. Kyoto Imperial Palace, known as Gosho, is the former residence of Japan's imperial family. After serving as a home for Japan's imperial family during the 10th centuries, when Kyoto was the nation's capital, the family left the palace in 1868 when the capital was moved to Tokyo. Now the palace is open to anyone to visit, and you can also see the Japanese gardens there. Kemari is a ball game that is said to have come from China to Japan during the Yamato period approximately 1,400 years ago. There are no winners or losers in this game. The main goal of the game is simply to pass the ball to fellow players.
bought some deer cookies, which are called siambe, and now I'm gonna give it to him. Hey, first respect, yeah? Wow. Arigato. Arigato.
And you. Okay, bye, guys. Bye. Bye. 何が食べれんやろ。
あのバス乗れるかな。
ほら見てください。どんどんしてる？
We just visited Japanese confectionery shop Nakatanido and we got freshly made, beaten, not made actually, mochi. So I'll give it a try.
For the feeling. Is this the red bean paste? Yeah?
The queues everywhere, to each stand, to each restaurant, to each place. And that's just a normal thing in Japan.
So when you get tired of the Asian food, time to get some pizza, potatoes and cola. After visiting busy Osaka, we are heading now towards Kanazawa and the Japanese Alps. Stay tuned with us.